I'm like, she's gonna fall, free falling into infinite space. Sup, friends? So I'm in my lifetime number 5 of today. I actually got a question from my previous video, and I responded on my Instagram stories. I shared about my previous experiences in relationships and dating multiple people at once, and dating a guy that once dated a stripper, and his stories about dating the stripper, and how these power dynamics in this world work, and how you can live beyond them. So, I mean, it's good to know the rules of the game so you know how to play them at a high level. And if I'm giving you these instructions or this cues or this information, is because I trust that you're going to use this with the utmost humility, integrity, and responsibility, okay? Because the higher you go in power, the more you get tested with the lessons of discernment, responsibility, and pride. You cannot have any pride. At any point of the journey, pride can return, and that's a serious pitfall and a downfall. So, if you're one of the beings that looked at my Instagram stories, take everything I say with a grain of salt and just apply it if you know that your intention is pure. But I don't think you would be in this channel if your intention wasn't pure. So that's a disclaimer. Okay, this is going to be about empowerment for women and financial abundance. Girl, you don't need anything from anyone to exist, to be happy, to be nourished, to be the queen that you are. You can just live in your authenticity, in your inspiration, and from your heart, radiate your truth and embody your unique soul's source code, your unique blueprint, your unique frequency. That's completely individual for every single being. Because after your past enlightenment, it's not about quieting the mind and staying in this infinite loop of I am, I am, I am. Once you know you are, then what? I am, therefore I create. I am, therefore I be. I am, therefore I choose whatever is the most exciting and aligned with me in the moment. I am becomes just this delicious, blissful, intrinsic revelation of mystery, and you get to excel at what you do because you know you're worthy. So all of these teachings tied up into how worthy do you feel? Because if you feel worthy of it, it's yours. Abundance is all there is. You are the awareness that creates ripples in this seeming hologram and just creates worlds. You are the power that creates worlds. How much do you embody that power, though? It's an easeful, peaceful, blissful revelation of the one expressing itself as the one for the one. You can play, let's say we, for the sake of uniting the collective, we can play all the roles with the knowing that we're all the characters. So what you do to another, you do to yourself. And that's why it's so valuable. So you know to stay in within the lines of purity and responsibility with the higher you go in consciousness, because you get to shapeshift reality more at will because you are aligned with the will of God, which is divine love. So, yeah, it's the ability to follow what your heart's telling you to follow. You are the master. The world is your oyster, and you are the rock star. How does the rock star shares its radiance? How does the rock star fulfills its dharma? How does the rockstar shares its passion? How does the rockstar just becomes this beacon of truth that it cannot help but feel good all the time? Because ultimately we want to feel good. That's what it is. We all want to feel good. What if feelingness and goodness is? It's just a sensation. Think about it or not think about it. Everything that we experience is just a sensation. You're not truly experiencing your body, you're experiencing the sensation of what you feel you are. You're not truly experiencing the chair you're sitting in, you're experiencing the sensation of being held or your butt pressed against a chair. It's all sensation. You're the void beyond whatever you see. Your eyes, your pupils are the portals to intrinsic universes. We're all and we're nothing. We're magical creatures, magical beings of divine power and divine love. And without any guilt of past, no attachment, no rush for nothing better than this moment. That's all there is. We get to exist in this plane of infinite revelation of the next scene, of the next moment. And then we become part of the flow, part of the ocean. The only thing you gotta sacrifice for this realization is your resistance. It's your fear. I fear that if I let go of what I think I am, I'm gonna disappear and I'm gonna be nothing. Well, that's actually what you want. Because then there's space. There's space for truth to shine forth from your heart